Boxing may not be the knockout blow to Parkinson's, but it certainly is a good combination. This is what poll workers will have: face masks, face shields, gloves, hand sanitizer, and of course, plexiglass. The hope is that tenants and landlords working together may be the answer to keeping people afloat. Alex Peebles, KSNT News. Masks have even become a fashion statement for some college students. Gonzalo Peralta worked at the Tyson packing plant in Emporia, Kansas for 26 years.
Till June 20th, the day he passed away, which was also our son's 19th birthday.
Even before President Trump declared packing plants essential and signed a stay open order on April 28th, Tyson was putting protective measures in place. They included taking temperatures before every shift, providing face coverings, and installing workstation dividers. Still, Peralta's wife, Chris Ann, says her husband became infected.
They would move him to every different line of people that were out because they were sick. And then he contracted the COVID.
According to multiple sources, the number of cases at the Emporia Tyson plant has dropped dramatically since April. There are 3 active cases as of now, according to the Lyon Department of Health. Still, economic and policy researchers say the federal government is not doing enough to protect its essential workers.
There still isn't mandatory requirements from a worker safety perspective to the extent that there needs to be.
Peralta's family hopes their story shows the importance of taking safety precautions seriously.
A healthy 55-year-old man that still played soccer could get this. So it doesn't matter who you are.
Alex Peebles, KSNT News. All over America, voters are encouraged to wash their hands, social distance, and wear face coverings, according to the CDC. But Scott Schwab, Kansas Secretary of State, says, mask or no mask, everyone is still allowed to vote.
When it comes to masks, there's nothing in the law that allows people to turn away a voter because they are or are not wearing a mask. So they are to be allowed to vote.
That's worrying to Seal King, a 6-year poll worker.
It does concern me as a poll worker that if people come in without masks, that they might be spreading the disease.
But Schwab says Kansas has spent over $1 million across the state to ensure the safety of poll workers and voters.
I believe the PPE we're giving them, plus what the county is offering, is enough to protect poll workers.
This is what poll workers will have: face masks, face shields, gloves, hand sanitizer, and of course, plexiglass. Social distancing will also be there for voters. Beyond that, Andrew Howell, Shawnee County Election Commissioner, says it's up to them to decide how they want to protect themselves and those around them.
We're not in the business, expense-wise at least, of providing masks for voters.
Because masks won't be given out to voters at polling places, the advice is be sure to bring your own. Alex Peebles, Fox 43 News.
How many people box for half an hour?
3 to 1.
Other than boxers. Not old people, that's for sure.
Richard Hallman is one of nearly 1 million Americans who has been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease.
Initially, I thought my life was over because I've heard so many bad things about Parkinson's.
But then, Hallman found Rock City Boxing, giving him a new lease on life.
I don't know if anything else you could do.
Rocksteady Boxing uses a combination of boxing, yoga, tai chi, dance, and chorus to keep the fighters moving.
We didn't really have a play for that last inbounds.
And Rock City boxing coach Patrick Van Beveren makes sure this program goes beyond just training.
You know, if they've had Parkinson's for 3 years, 5 years, 10, whatever, I really wonder when the last time was they laughed. But we try to laugh every time they come in. I also have a great deal of respect for them because it's a tough disease, you know, and they weren't dealt a really good hand, but they're hanging in there. They are literally fighting back, you know.
We keep going, though the going is tough.
In Liverpool,
But we're tougher than tough and rougher than rough.
Alex Peebles,
There's no fighter that can give us a bout.
NCC News.
We're fighting back to take Parkinson's out.
After coming off a crushing 58-27 loss to Boston College at home on Saturday, Syracuse head football coach Dino Babers fired the defensive coordinator Brian Ward. Boston College put up 691 total yards, including a single-game record against the Orange of 496 rushing yards.